WIT News Channel 3, where the news comes first.
Good evening and happy Father's Day. I'm Kelsey Gerkins in tonight for Victoria Sanchez. Thank you for joining us for this special edition of News Channel 3. Our top story tonight, loud explosions, smoke, and flames jolted a Santa Barbara neighborhood today after a fire broke out at an Airstream renovation business. News Channel 3 reporter Elise Martinez explains what happened.
The explosions lasted for like 2 minutes.
Brenna Gerlach was the first person outside after she heard loud explosions coming from Hoffman Architecture on the 500 block of Corintina.
I saw a couple bursts of fire and then black smoke, so I ran inside and grabbed the phone to call 911.
As the loud bangs continued, more people spilled onto the streets.
Well, I thought it was my house at first because I live with a bunch of college guys and they set things on fire sometimes, so.
The first firefighters on scene saw smoke and flames and had to bust through the gate to get onto the property. But the fire wasn't their only concern.
A couple of gentlemen at work here on scene came up to me and just said, hey, there are propane tanks on the premise. And for us as firefighters, that's a huge concern for not only ourselves, but the neighborhood as well.
Crews knocked the fire down quickly and secured the area, but some damage was done.
In that storage unit, we house our plumbing supplies, a lot of our electrical supplies, hardware.
For all the trailers.
For all the trailers and our plywoods.
All those materials are used to renovate these classic Airstream trailers. Construction manager Nate Stover says business will go on.
Thank God none of the Airstreams were damaged, so work can continue.
Fire investigators are looking into the cause of the explosions and the fire. Preliminary damage estimates are in the thousands, but the business is expected to reopen on Monday. In Santa Barbara, Elise Martinez, News Channel 3.
Another night of violence in an area known more for its tourism. Police say a man was stabbed at the Ventura Beachfront Promenade just after midnight. A witness called 911 after seeing men in a fight. Police say one of the men stabbed the other and then took off. The victim was rushed to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. This early morning incident is just one of several violent attacks that have taken place on the Ventura Promenade in recent months. Police are asking anyone with information about the suspect to give them a call. One of radio's most beloved voices has fallen silent. Casey Kasem, the man behind America's Top 40 and countless other pop music programs, has died at the age of 82. Here's a look at the life and career of the broadcasting legend.
I'm Casey Kasem, and here we go.
Radio personality Casey Kasem was best known as the host of America's Top 40. For 39 years, his warm and friendly delivery counted down the nation's hit songs.
We'll find out as we count down the 40 hottest hits in the USA.
His iconic radio show also featured Kasem's long-distance dedications that often tugged at America's heartstrings.
Now we're up to our long-distance dedications.
Kasem, born to Lebanese parents, sharpened his skills serving in the Armed Forces radio network during the Korean War. After his discharge, he worked as a DJ for several stations before eventually landing in Los Angeles. In 1970, Kasem co-founded and hosted the American Top 40 franchise. He was passionate about radio and music. During the countdown, he told audiences fun facts about the recording artist before the songs were played. It became his trademark.
The Police with the #1 song in the land last week, Every Breath You Take. It's been at the top now for 6 consecutive weeks.
The radio personality also brought the music countdown to television as the host of the 1980s show America's Top 10, which ran for 13 years.
And hello again, everybody. Welcome to America's Top 10.
Kasem lent his distinctive voice to countless commercials and several cartoon characters, most notably Shaggy in the cartoon Scooby-Doo.
Yo! I've been voodooed!
He gave back to several charities and was never shy about voicing his political views.
Peace in the Middle East must be achieved.
His final years were not peaceful. Dementia and other health problems and extended battles between his wife and his children over his care. But with a career spanning 60 years, Casey Kasem will be remembered as one of the legendary voices of American radio.
My name's Casey Kasem, reminding you to keep your feet in the ground and keep reaching for the stars.
A gorgeous weekend up and down the coast. Let's turn to Sean Quinn to see what we should now expect for our work week. And hello and a happy Father's Day, Sean.
Hi there, Kelsey. Nice to see you. Of course, we have a beautiful day out there for the most part, and currently we're seeing most areas cooling right back off to what we've been seeing the last several days, which is that fog lingering up and down the coast. Some areas today did see the clouds sort of playing cat and mouse throughout the day, but I think most beach communities did see some good clearing, at least by the late afternoon. And again, your current temperatures, mid to upper 50s, a few 60s as well. And we're always keeping an eye on the winds. They're very mellow right now, but just around our three-county region, there's actually quite a bit of wind. So some areas might actually see some breezes over the next couple of days as the onshore flow is very strong. And these winds are tending to be onshore. And at this range right here, not a whole lot of wind. Again, nothing to worry about, but it was definitely pushing in that ocean air. So it will be another cool night out there. We might even see a little patchy drizzle the next couple of days. And speaking of that, Kelsey, I'll talk about that back-to-work forecast in just a few moments. Again, maybe a little bit of drizzle as we cool things off and get some real June gloom back into that forecast. Kelsey?
Thank you, Sean. Future teachers, artists, and journalists are officially UCSB graduates tonight. Graduates from the College of Social Sciences, Humanities, and Arts received their diplomas today. This was the last of 8 graduation ceremonies at UCSB. These former students are excited to be entering a new chapter in their lives.
Right now, graduated college, got everything ahead of me, and I'm excited to grasp it and do the best I can.
Nearly 6,000 students graduated from UCSB this academic year. And at Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, a new crop of graduates received their diplomas today in the school's second round of graduation ceremonies. Natalie Tavidian brings us the highlights from today's graduation ceremony.
There was confetti, a surprise release of white doves, and a lot of smiles.
It couldn't be more perfect.
For some in the Cal Poly graduating class of 2014, it was an emotional day.
This was the first time you got to visit me.
A Father's Day graduation made the ceremony even more special for Rhett Snell and his dad, Steven. Snell was able to make the trip from Arizona for the first time to see his son graduate.
This is what you've supported me through the entire time, so it was truly unreal.
You can see this graduate's 3D cap from a distance.
Left section is my major, which is aerospace engineering.
My desire and hope is that 2 days from now, you start doing something different as a result of this conversation.
Keynote speaker Keith Ferrazzi focused his message on building relationships. Ferrazzi is an expert in professional relationship development and a New York Times best-selling author.
That the informal part of your 4 years here were equally as important. That friendship, the recognition of how to fall in love.
The new graduates say it's a lesson they're taking to heart.
It definitely made me think about who are those friends in my life that I can rely on.
It almost brought tears to my eyes, like with my family here and being able to realize, like, wow, I couldn't be anywhere without them. So.
Those tears shed were tears of joy as the new class of 2014 walked out of the stadium and celebrated their graduation. In San Luis Obispo, Natalie Tavidian, News Channel 3.
A fire in Central California is forcing hundreds of people to evacuate their homes. We'll have more details on this fast-moving fire coming up. Then an update on the violent situation unfolding in Iraq. You're watching News Channel 3, where the news comes first.
Just tell them that I love you, Dad, and so much of who I am is because of you.
That I love him, and thank you so much for putting all the hard years into raising me and my sisters and my brother as well. So thank you. Happy Father's Day.
This summer, make every mile count. The Toyota Prius is the best-selling hybrid on the planet. Hybrid Synergy Drive delivers performance with 51 mpg. Toyota Prius is helping save our world, one less gallon at a time. Lease a new 2014 Prius for only $259 a month and get Toyota Care, no-cost maintenance for the life of the lease. The Prius family. Now there's 4. A Prius for everyone. Make every mile count. See your local Gold Coast Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places.
What can you experience in a seat? Inspiration. Great power. Exhilarating performance.
He once again has created Le Mans history.
And once in a great while, all of the above. Take your seat in the incomparable Audi A8. Visit your local dealer to experience the Audi A8 today.
In Iraq, the tide of battle has turned, at least for the moment. After days of retreating, the Iraqi army is now fighting, temporarily halting the advance of the Sunni militant forces known as ISIS. The reason might be the images posted online of what ISIS insurgents are doing to captured Iraqi police and soldiers. They show prisoners bound, loaded onto trucks, then splayed out on the ground and shot to death, execution style.
The vicious, the worst of the worst. If they get back into the United States or in Western Europe against Western targets, I see that as the biggest threat today.
And there are reports the al-Qaeda offshoot has seized as much as $400 million from Iraqi banks. A wildfire in Kern County, dubbed the Shirley Fire, has forced more than 500 people to evacuate their homes. County officials say at least 1,800 acres have burned since the fire started. And tonight, it's about 10% contained. The fire is located about 50 miles northeast of Bakersfield. Lawmakers have approved a $108 billion spending plan just hours before tonight's midnight deadline. The rare Father's Day legislative session came on the very last day lawmakers had to meet the June 15th constitutional deadline. The budget starts on July 1st. It aims to pay down debt while allocating some of the surplus to programs benefiting lower-income Californians. Coming up, we'll show you the sequel that put a jump into this weekend's box office. Actors Jonah Hill and Tatum Channing pair up in a new action comedy that's already proven gold in the theaters.
And we are monitoring the fog out there across our region, especially along the coastal areas where the next few days it might be a little hard to see that sunshine. We'll have all those details, your back to work forecast in just a couple minutes.
Dad, I love you so much. There's really nothing that I could say other than that. It's like my love for you is endless and you're always there for me and I appreciate you, not just only today, but every day.
Home means stability for our family.
Hogar significa seguridad.
Home means community for my family.
Home means opportunity for our family.
Habitat for Humanity is building 12 affordable homes on Cannon Perdido Street for local families to purchase. We need your help to finish these homes. Please take action today with a donation to help us build homes and hope for local low-income families. To find out how to donate, volunteer, or support our restore, please visit sbhabitat.org.
You need a job. We help people find great careers. We're Spherion. You need an employee. We help clients find great people. We're Spherion. We are the full-service staffing company with a cool name. We're Spherion. We are locally owned and operated and part of the second largest staffing company in the world. We're Spherion. We have over 25 years experience recruiting in Santa Barbara County. We're Spherion. Land a great career. Find your next superstar. Look at cute puppies. Give us a call. We're Spherion.
Jewelry Couture, the bridal store. The largest selection of bridal jewelry and loose diamonds at wholesale prices.
Where do doctors go to have LASIK surgery on their own eyes? One after another, physicians rely on Dr. David Shapiro, the only true LASIK specialist devoted exclusively to laser vision correction between Los Angeles and the Bay Area.
My practice is dedicated entirely to laser vision correction. It's all that we do. As physicians, we understand the importance of that specialization.
Medical journals have named Dr. Shapiro one of the leading LASIK surgeons in the nation and among 30 leaders worldwide. Call for a free consultation.
Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, including my dad. Happy Father's Day, Dad. And let's go ahead And turn now to father of 4, Sean Quinn, to get a look at this week's weather. Hi, Sean.
Hi there, Kelsey, and thank you very much for that. The onshore flow is kicking into gear. It's a very quiet night as we look at Stearns Wharf, of course, in Santa Barbara. Cloud cover is a little spotty in the south coast of Santa Barbara, but as you head a little farther north, we are getting reports of clouds showing up in and around those areas around Lompoc, and of course back down into areas of Oxnard. The fog will start creeping up mainly from the south up around Point Magoo, but you'll notice that as well. Temperatures widespread, upper 50s to lower 60s. A few areas like San Ynez dropping back into the mid 50s. And we're watching the winds, of course. This time of year, the winds tend to come onshore, which means from the ocean to the land. They're very calm right now. The arrow's showing everybody pretty much just getting that ocean influence. And as the winds sort of settle in and they're very calm, as I just mentioned, look at the humidity values already getting really juiced up out there. A lot of moisture in the air. And as you watch your temperature drop, as I just showed you as well, and you get down to those lower 50s or even mid 50s, you start seeing the clouds start to pop up in the atmosphere. That's all because the atmosphere can no longer hold all that moisture. The reason we're seeing that strong onshore flow is real simple. A big area of low pressure located just to the west of Oregon and Washington has been more or less parked out there for the last several days. Little bands of energy will run at us, but in between that, let's say the next couple of days, the fog is expected to really settle in and thicken up, and that's why we possibly could see a little bit of spotty drizzle here and there. It's not a real widespread threat, but there is a chance that maybe just a little bit of wetness on the streets for the morning hours is possible. In fact, on our fog tracker, we even do get a little bit of that showing up. The radar actually kicking into gear right there. Normally, this just picks up the fog or the very low clouds, but it looks like maybe just a chance by tomorrow morning. You'll notice the cloud cover is pretty thick across most areas of the Central Coast, a little bit less as you get into the South Coast and a little more as you head into Ventura. Mainly it's because Santa Barbara does have that shape to the coastline that you get a little bit of a protection. We're facing a little more south right there. We do try to clear things out by the afternoon or so, but then that fog comes roaring back again by tomorrow night. As you can see right there, we'll expect to see the Central Coast well under clouds again as we head into Monday night. Now overnight tonight, mid 50s, few 60s and 70s tomorrow for the coastal areas, but a lot of areas will definitely be below normal for this time of year. We should be closer to 70 for a lot of our beach communities, or at least the upper 60s, but it looks like some areas, look at Morro Bay, could be very chilly and kind of stuck in the high 50s. And the overnight low, not that far off of that, which is kind of interesting. You'll notice I have some mid 50s, upper 50s, giving way to 60s and 70s in and around the Oxnard Plain. Surf is a little non-existent out there. There was a little boost today out of the northwest with the wind swell and some small southern hemisphere energy mixing in as well. And there's a quick look at your forecast. 70s for Santa Barbara, but then mid to upper 70s as we head toward next weekend. And that's going to be the theme for all of our areas, beach communities especially, a little cooler than normal. And then we're expecting there's about a 75% chance that we'll start to warm things up by next week, and there's also a slight chance that we might actually stay on the cool side. But we'll go ahead with the warmth, bringing it up back to near normal, if not slightly above normal, again as we head toward next weekend. So overall, a very June-like forecast as we're solidly in the middle of June. Officially today, right? 15th? So there you go.
But nice weather all week long.
Can't complain.
Mid-70s, somewhere around there. Did you have a good Father's Day, Sean?
Thank you very much. Yes, I did.
Great.
Played on the beach. Had a
So
good
good to hear. The weekend box office totals are in, and the weekend's battle of the summer sequel had a clear winner.
Well, I hoped never to see you again. What's up, dog? We're back.
22 Jump Street beat out How to Train Your Dragon 2 at the box office this weekend. 22 Jump Street made an estimated $60 million in ticket sales. Dragon pulled in $50 million, and Maleficent made an estimated $19 million, rounding out the top 3. Last week's #1 movie, The Fault in Our Stars, toppled into 5th place. A dedication to summer, coming up a preview to some of the performers that will be taking to the streets for next weekend's Solstice Parade.
And coming up, history was made at the U.S. Open. Plus, the Spurs, well, they were one game away from winning the NBA championship. Would it get done tonight? I have the answer and the highlights coming up next in sports.
Dad, I love you. Love you so much. You're the greatest dad probably from when I was born.
I'd say, Dad, thanks for being the best. Thanks for all your support. And can't wait to spend many more with you.
Where can you get the right look for your home with expert advice and superior selection? Make your home more beautiful and comfortable with stylish and energy-efficient window fashions by Hunter Douglas. Discover more quality, savings, beauty, and comfort when you come to Ice&C for all your window design needs.
Ice&C Floor Covering, helping make your house feel like home.
Experience Pacifica Graduate Institute at a one-day introduction on Saturday, June 28th. Enrich yourself in the classroom, connect with the community, and enhance your career. Pacifica offers master's and doctoral programs in psychology and the humanities. 2 beautiful campuses in Santa Barbara, distinguished faculty, and a rich curriculum. Learn more at the Pacifica Experience, Saturday, June 28th. For information or to register, visit pacifica.edu.
Shopping for car insurance is confusing and takes too long. With over 200 companies saying they're the best, where do you start? That's why we created CompareNow.com. Hi, I'm Andrew Rose, CEO of CompareNow.com. At CompareNow.com, you enter your information once and instantly see multiple real quotes side by side for free. If you're going to spend 15 minutes, go to CompareNow.com and really save. That's CompareNow.com. Real, unbiased comparison.
Being here in a hostile environment, obviously we know if we lose, the season is over. For me, it's like you either don't make the playoffs or you win a championship.
Tonight, it was do or die for the Miami Heat. Now, the San Antonio Spurs needed just one last victory tonight before they could win the NBA championship. Now, the Spurs lead the series 3-1 over the Heat, which no other team has come back from. So Miami was looking to be the first. We head out to San Antonio for Game 5 of the NBA Finals, and we get this party started in the first. Miami was fired up. Chris Paul for the easy bucket. Then Tony Parker looking for the foul. Instead, LeBron James takes off for the fast break. He would get the bucket and also the foul of his own. The Heat will lead it 18-5, but that was only the first quarter. In the second, the Spurs worked their way back thanks to Tim Duncan. At the half, the Spurs took a 7-point lead. To the third, Patty Mills knocks down another 3. Now, he had 5 in this game, and Tony Parker finished it off with a 3 of his own, and this game is in the book. San Antonio would go on to beat Miami 104-87, winning the 2014 NBA championship. So, who would be crowned as the MVP?
Kawhi Leonard. The fans of San Antonio know how great you are, and now the whole world does. You are the 2014 Bill Russell MVP.
Right now, it's just surreal to me. I had a great group of guys behind me, just pushing me, just wanting me to just be aggressive in the game. And fans pushed me. And I just want to thank God, my parents, and everybody.
Kawhi Leonard became the youngest MVP since 1990 when Tim Duncan was also 20.
Just like he did always.
And there was no dramatic finish, in this U.S. Open. Martin Kaymer is your 2014 champ after finishing the day at 9 under par. He is the first German to win a U.S. Open.
And drive to left, going back on the ball is Ross. This one's at the base of the wall.
Justin Turner bringing in maybe 2 Dodgers to get LA back in this game against the D-backs, but he caught a guy in blue at third. So Dodgers now down 4-2 to the ninth. Miguel Montero jacks a 2-run homer, and Arizona would avoid being swept by the Dodgers after winning this one 6-3. All right, today wrapped up the first weekend of the FIFA World Cup. Now here's a look at the scores of the games that took place today. Switzerland and France came out on top, as well as Argentina, and there will be a big match tomorrow. That's when Team USA will hit the field against Ghana.
Come in with definitely with the same drive, the same energy and the ambition to do well, and we want to do really well. This is step one. So you want to go far. That's definitely our goal. So I booked my flight after the final.
Yes, Team USA will kick off their first game of the 2014 FIFA World Cup tomorrow. Now, the red, white, and blue will take on Ghana at 3 p.m. on ESPN. Now, that's a look at sports and news will return right after this.
This summer, make every mile count. At the end of the competition, there is one winner. The Toyota Camry is the best-selling car in America for the last 12 years. Exciting style and thrilling performance and legendary quality and dependability. Lease a new 2014.5 Camry for only $249 a month and get Toyota Care. No cost maintenance for the life of the lease. Toyota Camry, the best-selling car in America. Make every mile count. See your local Gold Coast Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places.
What's right with your community? The thousands who gather to honor the victims and their families. The Print Shop, selling specially designed t-shirts and donating all proceeds to funds supporting victims, survivors, and their families. The students who showed their support with touching words and artwork. And the Ivy Deli Mart, donating a portion of every sale, turning a crime scene into a place of hope. These are just a few examples of what's right with your community. Brought to you by Union Bank.
I think the dancing started right around the time we got Charter. All of a sudden, he's downloading all these music videos and prancing around like some show pony. I even caught him dancing along to musicals on demand. I've never seen him so much as tap his foot. I just didn't get it. And then one day, I did. Get TV, internet, and phone for $29.99 each per month. Charter, make way for more.
We're Channel City Lumber, the smartest way to do your homework. The smartest way to do your homework. Your kitchen, bathroom, home, with all the tools you need to use. Everything inside and out, to repair it, build it, fix it now. People you can trust without a doubt. We're Channel City Lumber, the smartest way to do your homework.
The Santa Barbara Solstice Parade is next Saturday, and tonight we have a preview of one of the acts that will be performing. Members of the Pan Zumo Drum and Dance Group were getting ready for Solstice by rehearsing their dance steps at De La Guerra Plaza this afternoon. This year marks the 7th year this group will be appearing in the parade. All the fun and activities of the Solstice Festival start on Friday at Alameda Park, and the parade will take over State Street at noon on Saturday. And that does it for this special edition of News Channel 3. We're going to be back here tonight with all the day's top stories, sports, and weather. Until then, have a good evening.